On Arsenal, obviously today we've seen the news that has come out because there was a report that came out saying that Zubimendi is again waiting for Real Madrid, but the BBC have published that Zubimendi is now set to have his medical. There are some reports today that the deal could be officially announced as early as tomorrow. That's also coupled with a story, boys, that Rodrigo is being pursued and looked at by Arsenal, but Nico Williams remains the top number one candidate for the left-hand side. But Zubimendi, the medical is going to happen. That's going to get over the line. Sort of the idea of not getting Rodri and getting Nico Williams, right or wrong priority from Arsenal in your view, boys?
I think, Rodrigo, you mean?
Rodrigo, sorry.
Oh, yeah. I listen, I don't think Nico Williams is ready yet for this level. I think Rodrigo is obviously a level above. I still think Nico Williams is quite raw. Like, he still needs some time to develop. He still needs time to get better. He still needs time to become that player. But with Zubimendi, I don't think that upgrades Arsenal in any way, shape, or form. I really don't think that makes Arsenal better, to be honest with you. I think they've got two DMs that are better than him in Rice and Thomas Partey. I actually think Thomas Partey has been Arsenal's best midfielder this season. So I think he's done really well for them. I think if anything, Arsenal need maybe more a forward-thinking midfielder, like someone who could play in the 10 perhaps, someone who is a bit more creative, someone who can create chances, someone like that. I think that's a bit more like what Arsenal are looking for. And in terms of like the forward line positions and the wingers, that's something Arsenal definitely need. I think Martinelli performances this season have been disgraceful. Trossard is good when he comes off the bench, but he's not like, if you keep him as like a bench option, I don't think it's that deep. Trossard is a good bench option, but you need someone to start. Like, you definitely need a starter. You need a starting left winger and a starting striker. And I think objectively, Arsenal's problem is not in the midfield. Like, I've never watched Arsenal went like, oh yeah, the midfield of Arsenal is what needs upgrade. I think what needs upgrade for Arsenal is creativity and the forward line, 100%. So I think they need to look at the striker position, the left winger position. Zubimendi is a very good player. He is a good player. He obviously dictates tempo from deep. He's a good passer of the football. Is it necessarily what Arsenal need right now? I wouldn't really say that. But he's a very good player.
Is he another needle mover for you for the Arsenal midfield?
For Arsenal, no. Arsenal's midfield is pretty good, by the way. Rice, Partey, Odegaard, that's a good midfield.
I agree with you in terms of like creativity. They really need a Shirky or someone like that to challenge Odegaard. But I still think that Zubimendi.
If they sign Shirky, I think it would be better for Arsenal.
I'm gonna tell you guys. Arsenal are still targeting a striker. And Arsenal are targeting a left winger. We all know that. That's a public information out there from all the journalists in the world. We said that Arsenal should get a second player or a player in every position that is maybe as good or better than the start. Arsenal went from having a Jorginho as the bench if Thomas Partey gets injured to Zubimendi, or from Zubimendi starting and having Thomas Partey as the bench right now because they had Jorginho last season. I think it's a great step towards Arsenal building a team and a depth that is good enough. Arsenal were trolled when Saliba got injured and Holding played. And Arsenal got trolled when Partey was injured and they played Jorginho. So now Arsenal are getting that step. Zubimendi was done in January. That deal was done in January. We got the hero go in January. So that is in addition to what Arsenal are going to sign up top. If Arsenal were targeting a number 10, you would target it plus and in addition to Zubimendi. I actually believe, if I'm looking at this signing, it's Arsenal basically doing what City did, having Sane, Sterling, Mahrez, having a second string players that are as good as the first players. And I think it's a great thing for Arsenal, that's a great thing for Zubimendi. As for Nico Williams versus Rodrigo, I agree with Sam. But if you don't think that Nico Williams is ready, I think that means he will never be ready. He already played 170 games for Bilbao. That should be enough games for you to be ready if you think that he's ready. I think Rodrigo is a difference maker for Arsenal.
I think Nico Williams is a better dribbler than everyone Arsenal have in the front three. Dribbling, he's a better dribbler than even Saka. But I do think, and even Terry will tell you this from when he watched him against Bilbao, like he can get past 2-3 players, but that end ball, that last
forget the end ball, the mentality. Okay, to be honest with you, even though he won the Euros, I'm talking about the club. all of us know when you add a winner that won the Champions League, that played for Real Madrid or Barcelona to your club, it changes the dressing room.
Yeah, Rodrigo's
it changes how your dressing room look at the team. How do you look at the games? Even though, Rodrigo's very good and everything, I actually believe that they should target Rodrigo and pay the extra money and get Rodrigo, because I think, in my opinion, Nico Williams might not perform if the team is not performing well. I believe that Rodrigo will perform even if the team is not performing. Rodrigo can drag you when you're not doing well. I believe that Nico Williams will fall into the trap. If the team is not doing well, he will not be great. Like, that's my belief. So that's why I think they need, to be honest, they need Rodrigo. They don't need Nico Williams. I don't know why they're targeting Nico Williams. I know because it's a cheaper option. The wage is the same. Nico Williams won 300k and Rodrigo won 300k.
Yeah,
well.
I'll be honest with you. There is some players that you have to believe in their talent so much that you've got to take the hit. Like, yes, I know Rodrigo wants too much money, but I'd pay Rodrigo happily 300k a week even at Liverpool to get him, because I do think he's a difference maker. Rodrigo's the type of player that gets the ball and says, fuck it, and then just attack. Like, I'm going to score a goal today. And I don't think Arsenal have enough of that, to be honest with you. Like, if Arsenal really do want to be a threat for the league next season, and Arsenal, do want to, actually, win something, I do think that they need difference makers. Like, I asked Mo this question, is Rodrigo capable of at least winning them 10 points this year at any given point?
3-4 games,
yes. He said yeah, even 3-4 games, and that enough is worth 300k a week.
There's just someone sent me this earlier, asked my opinion, so I thought I'd say it for you boys. This is a tweet from an Arsenal fan, and hopefully you boys can see that, but it's a picture of what could be an Arsenal team next year that has this season's back line, and they put Garcia in goal instead of Raya. I'm not too sure why, but they did. But the midfield is Rice, Zubimendi, Odegaard. The attack is Saka, Šeško, Leao. And an Arsenal fan has quote tweeted this, and we won't even touch the top 6 with this team. Do you agree?
No, I wouldn't say
they're gonna challenge, but I think,
but they won't win it.
I don't. The thing about it, there are 3 ifs here in this team. 3 ifs. Number 1.
Can you put it up again, please, Terry?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
We're talking.
Talk over the picture.
Let me. There's 3 ifs here. I don't believe that Cisco is as established as the other strikers like Isak, Gyökeres, Osimhen. Okay, so that is a big if. So maybe Cisco will come in with a big if. Is he going to be able to score a lot of goals? The second if is Odegaard. They did this with Martinelli this season when they said, we're not going to sign a left winger because Nico Williams is not coming. We're going to rely on Martinelli getting back to the form he had 2 years ago, and he didn't. And now look at your left side.
Look at the keeper more, by the way.
Forget the keeper. I think that's a mistake they did. Raya is good. Raya won the Golden Glove.
Why have Arsenal fans turned on Raya? He's a good keeper.
Yeah, Raya is a very good keeper. If they don't have Odegaard, to be honest with you, if he doesn't go back, which is a 50-50 situation here, to the form of last season or the season before, you are screwed from the midfield. And Rafa Leao, as much as I think he's more talented than Rodrigo, I've watched Rafa Leao literally play a 90-minute game and not look interested 1 minute, like for Milan. 1 minute. Look like he's out of the game. He doesn't want to play. He doesn't want to be there.
Star at AC Milan. I actually think Leao will be a fantastic signing for Arsenal.
Yeah, I think so.
At Arsenal, he is not the man. At Arsenal, Saka's the man, Rice is the man, etc. So
if Leao comes in, he thinks he's the man.
Yes, right. Even if he thinks he's the man, he's going to have to prove it. So the fact that he has to prove that he's the man will take him good performances to prove that. I think Leao will do really well. I don't think Zubimendi playing in the DM works, though. You need to switch Zubimendi and Rice. I think you need to put Rice in the DM.
It's a double pivot and Odegaard is a 10. I think that is not
on the picture. I can only go based on the picture. And also, I don't know why Arsenal fans have turned on David Raya. I think Raya is the second best keeper in the league after Alisson. I don't think you need to upgrade on Raya. By the way, this Joan Garcia guy is not an upgrade on Raya just because Arteta thinks so. Isn't he the keeper for Espanyol, I swear? Or Sociedad, one of them clubs, no?
Someone. I'm not too sure who.
I'm gonna check. I think he's the Espanyol goal.
I saw this tweet, and I just thought, and I know Arsenal fans are not in a great headspace at the minute, but I thought that was a little bit of an exaggeration. But yeah, I mean, look, I would change Šeško for Gyökeres. I would change Leao for Williams, and I would change Williams for Rodrigo. But I looked at the rest of the team and thought defensively that's pretty sound. Midfield wise, that they need more creativity, and I get why. I mean, I've seen links today. I haven't read the links, but I've seen the links to like Gibbs White as an example, and there's Cherkies out there. But as a team, I do. The one thing I read today, that if I was an Arsenal fan, and I've got to find where I read it. I'm not too sure where I read it. I don't even know if I bookmarked it. But it read somewhere along the lines, and maybe I didn't save it. I don't think I did. But it read that no matter who they sign as the number 9 striker, Kai Havertz is expected to still be a starter next season.
There you go.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That is bullshit.
Was that a bullshit thing?
That is bullshitting.
Oh,
you're not going to go and drop. You're not going to go and drop 70 million.
No, I agree. I agree. I saw that, and I just thought, yeah, if that all the way through my head is if that is true, yeah, sack him now. Like, I don't see him doing it though.
Sam said that. Sam said that. If Arteta succeeds to convince Andrea Berta to go and get Cisco instead of Eucharist, at that moment, everyone should know that Arteta really has a fetish for Kai Havertz working. Like that signing defines his career. Like the signing has to work, Kai Havertz. If he goes and signs Cisco and we see Kai Havertz starting up top and we see Cisco's trying to prove himself, okay.
And this goes to the point of the super chatter earlier where he's like, oh, we should give Arteta more time with a better sporting director. If you sign Cisco, then that sporting director might as well be me. Yeah, I could have been the Arsenal sporting director, you get me? Just smoking, sat there in the office with my coffee, just watching YouTube, and that's it. There's no point.
Right, yeah, because I saw it on that. But it was shared by a massive Arsenal account. And he said, "This is."
I actually saw that.
It might be. It's a massive Arsenal account called the A Presser V2. It's got like, is it a parody account? It doesn't say it's a parody account. I clicked on the account now. It doesn't say it's a parody account. He actually follows me, but he's got like nearly 60,000 followers, and he's atted and quoted The Athletic saying, whoever Arsenal signed, Kai Havertz is expected to start the season as the first choice up front and will play a lot more games than many expect. That can't be. Hang on, and then they've taken. Hang on, he's actually quoted the comment from James McNicholas from The Athletic. I don't think it is fake.
Like Liverpool fans on the chat.
Let's go. Let me share my screen a minute, right? Let me just how do you go full screen, right? Let me go full screen. Let me share the screen, right? So that I just want to say to the view, I'm not making this up. Like legitimately, is what it says, right?
That is like that's not me.
No, like I didn't personally. Yeah, like I didn't make it up. Do you know what I'm saying? Let me just zoom in a bit so you guys can see it. Right. So let me put it on the screen now. So this is it here. Oh, I hate when it does this. Why does it do the screen for? But yeah, look, it says whoever Arsenal signed, Kai Havertz is expected to start the season as a fighter. This is from these guys here. Look, big account, right? And then he's obviously been challenged, and he's put the snippet from from The Athletic.
Click on it, please. Yeah.
He says my prediction is that that's slightly different. My prediction is that whoever Arsenal sign, he will remain the same. But this is his prediction based on what he knows. I find that crazy personally. I find that crazy.
Whoop, whoop. Let's
go.
I think that is an opinion.
60 million.
You know, when a journalist, though, I will say this. I'm not saying it's true because we don't know. But when journalists give opinions, they're not fans who have limited information. We know what they tell us. These guys are inside the clubs. These guys have got access. So what's making an Arsenal journalist at The Athletic think that's true? Must be something he's been told. Like, he's not just going to make that up, is he? I don't know. That would worry me as a gooner. That would.